MLB Network is your exclusive home for postseason baseball. It's the pivotal Game 5 of the World Series between the Chicago Cubs and the Detroit Tigers.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 51 of our Detroit Tigers franchise. We are in game number 5 of the World Series. We got Joe Ross on the mound tonight against Jon Lester of the Cubs. Now, a little transparency here. Lance Lynn was supposed to get the ball. The CPU, though, he was hurt, so the CPU defaulted to Clay Buchholz, who pitched in game number 4, and I wasn't having any part of that. That's not realistic at all, so I ended up sliding over another controller and then selecting Jon Lester to be the big game pitcher. Yu Darvish would have been a possibility, but I decided to go Jon Lester because that would have been more real to life, I felt like. So Lester gets the ball in this one for the Cubs rather than Clay Buchholz, who had pitched the previous game. So I just figured that was more realistic, and that's how I decided to run it. So I hope you guys are cool with that. It was kind of out of my control. I didn't feel like that was too realistic to have Buchholz be pitching 2 days in a row in a World Series matchup with less than 40% health left. Didn't make a whole lot of sense. So we got Joe Ross on the mound here, guys. 2 quick outs. Got Chris Bryant left to go here in the top of the first inning, and then Ross is going to shut down Bryant in this Cubs offense. 1, 2, 3, 3 straight ground balls. That's a pretty solid way to start the game, if I do say so. That's what Ross is going to have to do all game long in order to be effective against these Cubbies. They definitely like to mash a lot of line drives, a lot of fly balls that get out for home runs. Got to get them to hit the ball on the ground and beat it into the dirt for sure. We have a good defense on the ground and got a good infield. We can handle it. On the opposite side, we got Jon Lester. I talked to you guys about what the deal was, why I decided to go with him. 23 strikeouts, 5 walks. They need Lester to come through big time in this game because it's an elimination game. It's an elimination game for the Cubbies. They lose this game, they are done. Tigers end up winning the World Series, right? So Lester's got to come through. He's got a bunch of playoff experience. And look at Baez. Just, little line drive, little lazy line drive right at him. JD Martinez coming up, strikes out. A nasty curveball. So Lester comes through, matches Joe Ross early on in this game. Rizzo, 2 strikes on him, 0-2 count. Just can't handle the high and inside fastball. That fastball was running in. He had a lot of inside movement, a lot of break. Look at this pitch here. 1, that's low fastball, mid-high fastball, and then go straight in, high up and inside next to the chest. That's a very good pitch sequence here. And then Javier Baez unable to handle the slider on the outside and high part of the plate. So Joe Ross going toe-to-toe with big game Jon Lester. Look at Luis Valbuena's numbers, guys. He has been amazing so far in this World Series. Got 4 home runs already, hitting .375. See, it's a ground ball here to Javier Baez. So doesn't produce any runs here, but 1 for 3, you're a millionaire. So hey, we're gonna take it. Valbuena has been awesome so far in this World Series. We need him to come through for us this time. I mean, he's been big. He's been big because JD has not come through for us so far in this World Series. See Bregman strike out there. He's been clutch as well. Alexis Alonso comes on up for the Cubs. He's been a thorn in our side, but he's going to strike out here against Joe Ross. Good pitch. 1 down. We get Wilson Contreras coming up here, and he's going to hit a ground ball over to Bregman. And then look at this. They get ready to throw this baseball, and then Grichuk decides that the computer animation is going to go take him over to the left field wall, and it's going to let Contreras take second. So a little glitch there. They ended up giving Bregman the error, so I don't agree with that. But Ross picks up his teammates here, gets the strikeout on Jason Hayward. We're going to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Tigers don't scrape across any hits, no runs, no nothing. Let's go to the top of the 4th. Joe Ross facing off against Anthony Rizzo, and that is the first walk given up by Joe Ross this entire postseason. That's an amazing statistic. He's just been pounding hitters and saying, you want to know what? Just hit me. If you're going to hit me, hit me. But that strategy is not going to work here as Kyle Schwarber gets a single right past Valbuena, who was holding Rizzo on. So it's a perfect hit. It's a perfect spot to try to attack. The defense was Kyle Schwarber's hit right here. Hit the spot pretty well there, but Schwarber just put a good swing on it. Javier Baez does the same thing. Puig comes up firing hard, able to halt Anthony Rizzo from heading from third to home. But look at the pitch placement. I mean, that's a good spot. Baez just did what he needed to do with it. Alexis Alonso up now. He's going to send a little looping fly ball out to Michael Taylor, and he's going to be able to handle it there. So, guys, disaster avoided. Disaster avoided right there. But Ross is kind of scaring us a little bit here because, like I said, his energy is pretty low right now. He was only at 50% heading into this game on a couple days rest, and that's really what we're getting. We're starting to see his fatigue come out a little bit. Randall Grichuk sends a long fly ball out there to left field, but it's just not enough. Kyle Schwarber is going to make this catch there in left field. Let's go to the top of the fifth. Jason Hayward coming up now. Gets a base hit up the middle. So, yet again, guys, same storyline right here as Joe Ross's fatigue level. Carlos Gomez up with 2 strikes on him, 2 down. He's going to strike out on a slider. So Ross digging deep in a scoreless game here. Bottom of the 5th, Bregman comes on up and he's going to lace a double all the way to the left field wall. So good start there for the Tigers. He's been great leading us off. Every time he comes up as a leadoff hitter, he's coming through for us right in the same spot over there in that left field corner. He loves that left field corner. Rutledge gets a fly ball out here to Jason Hayward, and Bregman's going to challenge Hayward by going to third. And Hayward is a great defensive player. He's got a strong arm. He's unable to get the tag down by Chris Bryant. And then McCann's going to come up and promptly hit a line drive out to the right center field gap for a double. It's going to score Bregman. The Tigers take the 1-0 lead against Jon Lester and the Cubs in this pivotal game number 5. A win is a World Series, guys. Can you taste it? Can you feel it? Ground ball to Addison Russell here. Michael Taylor is out. So, I mean, we scrape across 1 run. 1 run is good. 1 run is fine. Joe Ross, though, got to come through. It's a team effort. It's a team game. He's going to strike out Chris Bryant on a nasty slider. You do not see Chris Bryant strike out like that very often. But lefty on righty right now. And you guys can see Joe Ross has nothing left to give. He's up in near 80 pitches in the 6th inning. Absolutely gutsy performance by Joe Ross in this game number 5 to win the whole thing. And we're going to go with Matt Moore, the lefty on the lefty. You guys can see hitters are hitting 224 off of Matt Moore so far in this postseason. I mean, Joe Ross, guys, he filled in for Michael Fulmer in this postseason and really carried the Tigers to all these wins and to the World Series pretty much. And now that's in doubt as Anthony Rizzo takes Matt Moore deep. Exactly what we thought was going to happen against a fatigued Joe Ross. He gets a healthy, energized Matt Moore and takes him deep for a solo shot for 411 feet. Guys, this thing barely got out. I mean, it got out in a hurry, but it barely got over the wall, as you guys can see on this replay here. I mean, dang, man, if it would have just hit the wall a little bit, the trajectory, look at that. It'd be a whole different ball game. I mean, we got 2 outs now. Javier Baez comes on up, and he's going to send a fly ball out there to Yasiel Puig, who makes the catch. So, tie game now. Bottom of the 6th, Lester's still out there facing off against Puig, and Puig is going to get jammed high and inside, but he's able to fist it right out there into center field for a single. So, good stuff. Good stuff right here. 0-2 count with 1 down. Looking for a ground ball. He gets one, but JD's able to hit it a little bit harder than anticipated. Right back up the middle for a single. So now we got runners on first and second with Randall Grichuk up 1 down. 3-1 count, and Grichuk does not miss this fastball. He's going to go boosh for a 3-run shot, guys. We pick up Joe Ross. We pick up Matt Moore. Tigers fans are going nuts. It's late in this baseball game here. 4-1 lead right now for the Tigers. Just got to get the pitching staff and the bullpen to come together, to gel together tonight, and we can get a World Series W. And that's going to be it for Jon Lester. So this opens up the floodgates, hopefully, because Lester, he was pitching insanely well. Didn't give up a hit until, the third or fourth inning? So, and that was to JD Martinez up the middle, just kind of like what he did to get on base in this inning. So Lester had been pitching really well. Madden goes with Fernando Rodriguez to shut down the Tiger attack here. He has been lights out as well. Alex Bregman facing off, and he strikes out here on an 0-2 count, pitching the dirt. Rodriguez has been tough on us all postseason long. Who else has been tough on us? Alexis Alonso, guys. And you might guys remember at Wrigley Field when Matt Moore started, I think it was game number 2, he took him deep, and it was an absolute no-doubter. That was his first career postseason home run. And this is a big spot for Matt Moore. He's got him down 0-2. Can he do it again? No. He's going to hit a ground ball out there to Nunez. So Matt Moore wins that battle. Thank God, because this game is definitely not over here. Single here for Wilson Contreras to the right side. Valbuena just could not handle it. Addison Russell comes on up and hits a line drive to left field. So Grichuk has to turn around, has to circle and change his body position to make this throw using his momentum. Contreras goes to third. Hayward comes on up, strikes out on a knuckle curve, so good pitch there by Matt Moore, but it's been shaky for Matt Moore since coming out of the bullpen. Carlos Gomez comes on up and hits a single right back up the middle, so that is going to score Contreras. Russell moves up to second, Gomez on first, and then Chris Bryant comes up against the lefty, and he's going to hit a ground ball to Bregman, who, for whatever reason, has taken a little too much time there as Chris Bryant barely gets called out. But luckily enough, Tigers escaped that inning unscathed. Escaped that inning with only giving up one run. Michael Taylor comes on up now against Fernando Abad, who's been tough on the Tigers, throwing all that off-speed stuff. And look at Baez with the dive, the throw, and Rizzo with the pick. Guys, that could have possibly saved a run. There's no telling what would have happened. But Baez comes up big, Rizzo comes up big. And Rizzo's going to start off the next inning against the guy that he hit the home run off of as a leadoff hitter in this inning. You guys can see the replay here. I mean, look at that. Look at that. It barely got out. So can Matt Moore do it again? Got an 0-0 count. Hasn't even faced a pitch yet. Gonna hit a line drive out there to Michael Taylor, who makes the catch. But it wasn't a cheapie. He hit that ball really, really hard. If he had timed it a little bit better, a little bit earlier, I think he probably would have gone for a home run again. Kyle Schwarber comes on up, hits a fly ball out to Michael Taylor for out number 2. So now we got Javier Baez up with an 0-1 count, and he's going to send a ground ball to Luis Valbuena, who tags first for the out. Guys, we go to the bottom of the 8th. We need insurance. We need insurance runs because the Tigers pitching staff, I don't know what's going to happen. We'll probably have to go with Bruce Rondon here in the 9th. Yasiel Puig comes up against Carl Edwards Jr. is going to get a single, so this is a good start. This is a really good start for us. JD Martinez out. We've got 2 outs now, and then Randal Grichuk comes up and hits a little pop out to Rizzo in foul territory, so no runs across. It's still a 4-2 game. We are 3 outs away, guys. Let it sink in for a second because we are 3 outs away from a World Series championship, and look who it is. Alexis Alonso against Matt Moore, and he's going to go deep again. A solo shot for Alexis Alonso keeps the Cubs in this game. That is backbreaking. Matt Moore cannot believe it. He's given up 2 home runs so far in this game. 2 home runs to Alexis Alonso in the series. And that one was also a no-doubter. 388-foot home run. Makes it a 4-3 baseball game. And Rondon, the situation was that he wasn't completely warmed up and ready to go. So rather than risking his career, I mean, yeah, you want to lay it out on the line in the World Series, but you never know when that injury is going to happen in MLB The Show. You got to make sure your pitchers are warm completely. So I want to show you guys all the pitches in these at-bats here because this is a meaningful situation. I mean, it's 4-3 game here. Anything can happen. Contreras just trying to fight Rondon off here. He's down 0-2. Rondon just blowing fastballs right by him, and he's going to get him out here on a changeup. He was started to time up that fastball a little bit on the foul ball. That changeup was a really, really good call. So strike 3. We got 1 out in the 9th inning. We got 2 outs to go, guys. Addison Russell coming on up. He's going to take this fastball. He's hitting triple digits on the radar gun right now, guys. And in the cold in October, late October, that's really, really tough to handle. Little changeup here just in case he started timing that fastball up. That was a purpose pitch. Fastball here high and inside. Russell cannot make up his mind for a swing, so it's going to be a called strike. 1-2 call now here. 1-2 count now here, and Russell's going to strike out looking low and inside on that amazing fastball. We're 1 out away, guys. 1 out away. Can the Tigers do it, or is Rondon going to give up a home run for a tie baseball game? You guys have to wait and find out for just a couple seconds here. 0-1 count now after another heater, another fastball that's hitting triple digits. It's going to be called for a strike. 1 strike away, guys, for the Tigers World Series championship. Can they do it? Hayward swings and misses. Guys, the Tigers are 2018 World Series champions. Rondon comes through. Joe Ross comes through with a gutsy performance. Randall Grichuk, who has been hitting home runs left and right all season long, encapsulates his season by hitting a 3-run home run. And the Tigers are World Series champions, guys. You guys can see them celebrating there. Danny Norris, Brad Brock, the acquisition of Brad Brock, Yimi Garcia. Valbuena was hot all postseason long, really picking up the slack for JD Martinez. Really didn't do much, didn't really have any RBIs in this series. Michael Taylor played great defensively, had a couple good hits for us. James McCann came up big in this game. Bregman, it was a team effort. It was a total team effort for this World Series championship, guys. And you know what else was a team effort? You guys. Yeah, I'm calling you guys out for this too, because you really stepped up in this series and this channel and said, hey, Gold, go after this guy. Go do this. Go do that. Make trades for these people. Suggestions. Everything like that. Guys, we did it. I'll see you guys with news, awards, and off-season talk. I'll catch you guys in a second. All right, guys, we are done with the 2018 season. It is over. The book is completed. The Detroit Tigers have won the World Series. First World Series win since 1984. So the Tigers, guys, they took care of business. Luis Valbuena is the playoff MVP. He really stepped it up, guys. When JD Martinez did not really come through for us in the clutch, he came through in the number 4 hole. And then the World Series MVP is Yasiel Puig. The guy had a great World Series, came through for us in the clutch constantly. I mean, check this out. He hit 400. He just got on base a lot. He didn't hit a home run, did not have a single RBI. But when you're hitting 400 over the course of 5 games in the World Series, that's pretty valuable. I would have probably given it to Luis Valbuena. I mean, he was the playoff MVP. I probably would have given it to him, though, because I think he had 3 or 4 home runs in the World Series alone. Joe Ross was another great candidate to give the World Series MVP to. But, you know, it is what it is. It's just how it goes. But I'm impressed with Joe Ross, guys. I'm impressed with the pitching staff. They really stepped up, given Michael Fulmer's injury. The bullpen, we had to manage the bullpen really, really well in this series, even though really the Cubs only won 1 game. But it's a big win, guys. It's a very, very big win for the organization, big win for us and the channel, obviously. And now we're going to go into 2018 season with a whole different outlook. We're younger. We got moves to make. We got decisions to make, financially speaking. Yasiel Puig, World Series MVP. might fetch a good price. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens, though. But his defensive ability out in right field saved us a time or two, especially with that catch at the wall to end the game in game number 4. That helped us seal the deal there. But we got some options to consider, guys. Just before we go and we end this episode until we get into the next episode covering all off-season moves, here's the retired players. And there's some that you guys will be familiar with. Basically, Adam Wainwright, Hanley Ramirez retired, Anibal Sanchez, Drew Butera, Brett Gardner retired, Joe Mauer with the Rays, he probably was a late trade, J.A. Happ, James Shields, Soria, Ryan Madsen retires, Nelson Cruz retires. Interesting. I don't know if he's 38 years old. Carlos Ruiz, Victor Martinez, he's done. Brian McCann, Charlie Morton. I didn't realize Charlie Morton was that old, 35 years old. Nick Markakis, my boy, Nicky Marr, he's going to retire. Brad Ziegler, John Lackey is done. David Freese, Jimmy Rounds. So, guys, there's a whole lot of MLB players that we have come to know and love over the years that are just going to go bye-bye. They're gone. Look at this guy, Abe Katnick. Remember that guy when we played the San Diego Padres? He's 20 years old. Dislocated ankle, going to end his career for the Padres. It's just the Padres' luck, though, guys, right? Adrian Gonzalez, you see him there. He's retiring. And then Nori Aoki, we got some free agent guys, too. Jose Bautista, he's done, 38 years old. So, yeah, that's just the list, guys, of free agent retirees and retirees in general. Matt Cain as well. A lot of guys that we've come to know and love, but all right, guys, so I think that this is going to end this episode, and we will head into 2019 off-season in the next episode. But so what I want you guys to do in this one is, if you are an MLB The Show, Detroit Tigers franchise watcher, if you like to come here and watch these videos, leave a comment below and let me know when you joined the channel. If you remember the month, that's great. If not, no big deal. But let me know. Let me know how many of you guys are watching this. And if you are, great. Leave a comment below. Tell me that you're loving it. Tell me that you want more. Tell me. And then from that list of guys in the comment section, I will basically put the names in a hat. I will randomize it. And you guys will be my off-season advisors. And I remember those guys for 2017, 2018 off-season. I remember all of you guys. I think we did like 3 or 4 of you. I remember that. Haven't seen you guys comment on a lot lately. It's probably because I've been posting other videos, but I think it'll be cool if you guys did that. It's a little more interactive for the series for sure and for the channel. But I'll try not to get the same guys, even though you guys were really effective. You guys were really, really effective grabbing Eduardo Nunez and Matt Moore for sure. But hopefully we can get that kind of luck in the next off-season period. So post a comment below on if you are liking this series and if you want more, or let me know if you want me to do another team. If you guys are set with the Detroit Tigers and you pretty much are done with this, if the majority thinks so, maybe I can do more. Maybe I can do Tigers and some other team as well. So I'm open for suggestions. We're headed into the winter time now. I mean, guys, it's already November, right? The World Series in real life is done. The Houston Astros, whoop, whoop. JV, Jose Altuve getting World Series rings. World Series is over. So, we're headed into some really cold, hard months. Not looking forward to it. So any type of baseball that we can put into the channel is going to be a great, great thing, right? So, yeah, guys, just leave a comment below. Let me know what you're thinking, what your thoughts are. And then from that point, I will use you guys and randomize you guys into being a off-season advisor, a trusted off-season advisor. So, guys, for that, leave a like. Tigers won the World Series. What? And if you like it, love it, and want more of it, and you're new here, you know what to do. Hit that little red button for a subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Let's go, Tigers. Peace.